Sarawak hopes for bigger allocation in Budget 2023. MP's reduced allocation will hamper aid to rural areas and smart team to assist SAR in Turkiye's QUAKE. These are the headlines for tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Muhammad Yusuf and this is TVS Nightline. Malaysia is deploying 75 members of its Special Search and Rescue Team, or SMART, to assist in the search and rescue operations in southern Turkey after a 7.8 magnitude earthquake that hit southeast Turkey and Syria, causing multiple building collapses on Monday, February 6th. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Sabah, Sarawak Affairs and Special Duties, Dato' Armizan Muhammad Ali, said the decision was made after Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim had given his approval and Malaysia had received Turkiye government's confirmation of its need for assistance.
According to a press statement issued on Monday, the SMART team, which received recognition from the International Search and Rescue Advisory Group in 2016, will fly to Turkey on a Turkish Airlines aircraft, bringing equipment for the rescue mission. The recognition allows the team to be deployed and participate in disaster missions overseas. The earthquake is reported to have killed over 1,000 people.
The decision to reduce the development allocation for parliamentary members, or MPs, will hamper the distribution of aid and governance of constituencies in the rural areas. Public Works Minister Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalingi said the cut in the allocation would make it difficult to carry out his responsibilities as an elected representative of a parliamentary constituency, which has the same size as Pahang.
The Kapit Member of Parliament said in a statement that he has to accept this ruling and hopes that the allocation will be increased from time to time. Nanta, who is also the Secretary-General for Gabungan Party Sarawak, GBS, said that previously the MPs were able to help the constituents more efficiently and the fund could be channeled directly and quickly without having to go through various processes. Last Friday, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim confirmed that the development allowance has been reduced to 1.3 million ringgit from 3.8 million ringgit to better control the country's finances and would be implemented in stages.
Sarawak desire to have a bigger allocation to continue its effort at improving the socio-economic level and target group, said Tanjung Manis Member of Parliament Yusuf Abdul Wahab.
Pada bajet kali ini kita mengharapkan lebih banyak lagi peruntukan, lebih banyak lagi projek yang akan datang ke negeri Sarawak lah, terutama sekali dalam bentuk peruntukan untuk pembangunan. Kalau biasanya kita mendapat 5 bilion setiap tahun sebagai peruntukan pembangunan, pada kali ini kita mengharapkan lebih banyak lagi sebab negeri Sarawak merupakan negeri yang terbesar dalam Malaysia. Jadi masih banyak lagi projek-projek pembangunan yang kita nak buat di Sarawak ini supaya kemajuan negeri Sarawak setara, sama taraf dengan kemajuan negeri di negeri-negeri di Semenanjung.
The additional allocations would enable more development projects to be implemented and thus urge the government to expedite infrastructure developments in the rural to reduce the economic gap.
Untuk kawasan Parlimen Tanjung Manis, di mana hampir 90% penduduk di kawasan saya adalah merupakan penduduk kawasan luar bandar. Jadi kita harapkan tumpuan juga diberi kepada projek-projek di kawasan luar bandar seperti infrastruktur, jalan, jambatan, bekalan air, bekalan elektrik dan juga telekomunikasi. Jadi supaya rakyat-rakyat di kawasan luar bandar pun dapat menikmati kemudahan-kemudahan yang terdapat di kawasan bandar.
He said this when met by reporters after completing the closing ceremony of the program Pemimpin Bersama Community Sukan Rakyat Susur Jambu in Sarike on Sunday, February 5th.
On to our next news. The construction and rectification works of the Pan-Borneo Highway Phase 1 of Bantu Junction to Batang Skerang, included in the Bukit Begunan package, is set for completion this November. Works Minister Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalinggi said the project was initially scheduled for completion in June, but due to a landslide had led to the delay.
Section ini ada pernah berlaku semasa pembinaan, ada runtuhan yang earthfill, jadi ditukar kepada rockfill sekarang. Jadi yang itu juga agak besar juga volume rockfill embankment ini perlu dibina. Jadi buat masa sekarang kita difahamkan sebanyak mungkin 5% saja telah dibina dan akan memerlukan separuh ataupun 50% lagi untuk menyempurnakan segala-galanya rockfill yang diperlukan untuk section ini.
Rectification works are crucial to ensure the safety and convenience of road users. Moreover, Nanta said the project has financial implications and a new allocation requires the approval of the cabinet in its next meeting.
Ada terlibat implikasi kewangan dan tapi ini bukan masalah besar kerana yang keperluan untuk kita memastikan keselamatan dan keselesaan pengguna itu yang lebih penting. Lebih-lebih lagi keselamatan yang kita utamakan, keselamatan pengguna di jalan raya. Implikasi keuangan saya difahamkan dia kurang daripada 100 juta. Jadi kita 70 juta. Kurang lebih sekarang Ini kita akan mohon kelulusan di kabinet nanti.
He spoke in a press conference after a work visit at the site of the said highway on Monday. The package covers a total of 91 kilometers of road from Pantu Junction to Batang Skrang Bridge, divided to two sections, Bukit Begunan section and Sri Aman section.
The performance of the overall implementation of this work package contract WPC at Bukit Begunan section is 90% done with the expected completion in November 2023. This project under the allocation of the federal government is able to help disperse traffic from Kuching to Cebu to move comfortably and safely. Furthermore, surely it will be a catalyst for the development of surrounding areas such as Pantu, Sri Aman and Betong with better roads. I'm Regina Lee and videographer Fikri Raza reporting for TVS.
Right, local housing developers are to include nurseries and kindergartens in their future development plans. The call was made by Women, Family and Community Development Minister Datuk Seri Fatimah Abdullah.
She added, the purpose of promoting the concept for developers to include the nursery aspect would change the real estate ecosystem for the greater good.
Dan kita juga mintalah untuk kepada yang membuat kawasan perumahan misalnya for those developers please also include di dalam plan mereka itu iaitu tempat untuk kanak-kanak taska dan juga tadika because ini satu kemudahan yang sangat diperlukan sekarang ini.
Such, this would be an enabler to retain the women's workforce and build their careers while relieving parents' stress and using the benefit to focus on their work and other well-being. Fatima also noted that the pros of having such facilities can easily outweigh the cons, whereby such services are growing in popularity, where children's safety, quality care and education are assured.
Sistem sokongan seperti ini yang sangat penting kepada ibu bapa terutama kalau kita nak pastikan pastikan terutama sekali yang wanita mereka dapat kekal bekerja sebab ada tempat di mana anak itu dapat diasuh dan dididik semasa mereka bekerja dalam persekitaran yang selamat dan diasuh dididik dengan penuh kasih sayang dan juga asuhan dan didikan adalah berkualiti. Semua mereka ini adalah terlatih, terdiri daripada cikgu-cikgu yang terlatih Itu syarat yang kita tetapkan, mesti terlatih. dan mempunyai ilmu dalam perkembangan awal kanak-kanak ini. Ini sangat penting supaya mereka faham bila berdepan dengan anak-anak, mereka faham ini adalah satu proses dan dengan itu dengan itu akan timbul kesedaran dan cara yang betul melayan anak-anak.
She further added that the facility would adopt an open-door policy, which is an inclusivity policy implemented with the stipulation that all study day accepts the admission of children with special needs.
Real estate companies must be flexible and adapt quickly to market changes that intertwine with environmental, social, and corporate governance or ESG strategies to generate value for all organizational stakeholders. Housing Development Corporation HDC Chief Executive Officer Muhammad Osman Ahmad welcomes the proposal made by the Women, Early Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development Minister Datuk Sri Fatimah Abdullah's call on local housing developers to include nurseries and kindergartens in their future development plans. Osman opined that ESG compliance is seen as a social obligation in bringing about a significant impact on the environment and society while minimizing negative impacts and promoting positive outcomes.
Osman noted that investors are also increasingly looking for ESG-compliant investments as a way to align their investments with their values, taking into consideration the environmental impact of a property and the social impact on local communities, apart from the company's ethical business practices, transparency and diversity.
So means that kemampanan pembangunan kepada satu tempat tanpa mengabaikan social obligation is good lah, in a way lah. So I think the state is leading, if it is the direction or pun mandate given to the developers, I think that is in the right track for the state government to be at par with the compliant ataupun benchmark of ESG lah.
He said this when contacted by TVS on Monday, February 6. Meanwhile, Osman calls upon the state government to outline clear conditions to ensure proper compliance.
For example, if the participation by developer at large means that certain incentive has to be given, to attract the developer to participate by providing a complete amenities. Means that amenities yang cukup dengan pun kemudahan-kemudahan yang diperlukan. At the same time, comply with the building bylaw to ensure that safety and health is not just ketong melepas batuk tangga aja.
As such, he further stressed that housing developers should be given incentives by the state government to provide the necessary facilities.
Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah Airport, Subang, to become a regional aviation hub, and Quran burner dies on suicide. All that and more right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. This is TVS Nightline. The proposed Subang Airport Regeneration Plan, or SARP, prepared by Malaysia Airport Holdings Berhad, or MAHB, has been approved by the Cabinet on February 2nd after careful consideration. Transport Minister Anthony Loke Siew Fook said it will focus on the development of the aerospace ecosystem, general aviation or business aviation, and city airports.
Loke said among the main changes proposed in the plan is the reintroduction of the scheduled passenger flights and belly cargo flights by using narrow-body jets up to the size of A320/B737 or equivalent aircraft at Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah Subang Airport.
Untuk mensasarkan pasaran ataupun kumpulan penumpang bisnes ataupun kelas premium dengan memanfaatkan penuh kedudukan Subang Airport yang cukup strategik di tengah-tengah ibu kota. Penerbangan berjadual menggunakan pesawat propeller dan turboprop akan dikekalkan mengikut permintaan pasaran terhadap perkhidmatan tersebut. Di Subang Airport dijangka berterusan dan positif.
He said during a press conference at Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah Airport, Subang on Monday, February 6. He added that through SARP, LTSAAS will be transformed into a regional aviation hub with a maximum capacity of 8 million annual passengers, in addition to generating thousands of high-value job opportunities for Malaysians.
Tambahan pula, ia akan memberikan rangsangan kepada rantaian industri pengangkutan udara dan industri aeroangkasa selaras dengan hasrat kerajaan untuk menjadikan Malaysia sebagai peneraju aeroangkasa di rantau Asia Tenggara menjelang tahun 2030.
He also said that the next step is for MAHB to conclude its detailed redevelopment plan, including the entire cost of the project to be presented again to the Cabinet before the end of the first quarter of this year. He added that the ecosystem that will be developed at the airport will involve 7 components, namely an aerospace industry center, maintenance, repair and overhaul MRO center, research and development center, general aviation operations, business aviation operations, urban air mobility UAM, and regional commercial flight operations. Meanwhile, commenting on the structural damage of the bridge and crack piles near the city's light rapid transit LRT station, Loke said he would make a visit this Wednesday to check out the issues for himself.
Itu saya akan buat tinjauan pada hari Rabu ni. Okay.
Previously, it has been reported that the LRT service operation of the Ampang line experienced delays due to safety factors. This has caused disruption between 2 stations, namely Jamek Mosque and the city starting January 27th.
Now, Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Sabah and Sarawak Affairs and Special Duties, Datuk Wilson Uga, deems the move of slashing development allowance for MPs to 1.3 million ringgit from 3.8 million ringgit as inappropriate, and that the Prime Minister, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, should reconsider his decision. Uga also urged the government to consider extending additional allocations if there were pressing needs in a particular constituency that requires more attention in delivering its welfare assistance.
Reiterating his call for the Prime Minister to reconsider his decision for the well-being of the people. Meanwhile, Works Minister Datuk Sri Alexander Nantalinggi Kam Kapit MP is optimistic about the announcements made. As such, he hopes that allocation will be increased from time to time to ensure that the well-being of his people is secured in his parliamentary constituency. However, he does not deny that such a move will affect the quality of government services and aid that can be channeled by the people's representatives.
Sebagai seorang ahli parlimen ataupun wakil rakyat, khususnya menjaga kawasan luar bandar di Kapit yang sangat-sangat memerlukan dana yang secukup-cukupnya untuk kita membantu penduduk. Bukan sahaja penghuni, yang tak penghuni pun kita bantu rakyat. Jadi kalau lebih besar lebih baiklah. Tapi apabila dikatakan akan dikurangkan, apakah daya, kita terimalah sebab kita pun dalam kerajaan yang collective responsibility, kita faham mungkin dari segi keadaan ekonomi semasa dan sebagainya. Tapi bagi saya boleh terima peringkat awal ini sebab ada juga kenyataan oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri kata, ambil ini dulu, nanti kita pertimbangkan, kemudian ada keperluan akan dipertimbangkan. Jadi I am an optimistic person. Saya berharaplah Yang Amat Berhormat akan memberi lebih nanti di penghujung tahun. Jadi saya tak risau.
Previously, Anwar Ibrahim has confirmed a reduction in the development allowance, indicating that the move was made to better control the country's financial constraints.
The issue of internet coverage involving rural areas and broadband service quality are among the focuses in Budget 2023 to be tabled this February. Minister of Communications and Digital, Fahmi Fazil, said priority will be given to areas with 3% of the population, including rural and indigenous peoples' villages.
For this purpose, various modern technologies are being considered, including the use of satellite systems.
3% ni untuk makluman merangkumi lebih kurang 3,000 kawasan, ya, 3,000, dan jumlah penduduknya mungkin dalam 50 orang ke 100 lebih orang. Jadi dia bukan kawasan-kawasan yang ramai penduduk, tapi penting untuk kita libatkan dalam ekonomi digital. Jadi saya lihat ini satu yang akan diikhtiarkan. Ada beberapa perkara lain, contohnya masalah network sharing yang saya sebutkan, quality of service, ya, mutu perkhidmatan. Ini yang selalu dibangkitkan oleh semua pelanggan syarikat telekomunikasi, dan ini kita saya telah arahkan pihak Suruhanjaya Komunikasi dan Multimedia Malaysia SKMM untuk teliti dan diselesaikan menjelang hujung suku kedua 2023 sebelum hujung Jun.
He said this to reporters after attending the Lembah Pantai Parliamentary Constituency's Chinese New Year open house today. He added that the quality of services that are commensurate with the charges levied must meet the needs of consumers.
Welcome back. A man who was involved with the Quran burning was found dead at his residence in Norway. The 42-year-old man was believed to have committed suicide due to depression, and this comes just a week after Danish far-right politician Rasmus Paludan's obscene action of burning the Quran openly just outside of Turkiyye's embassy in Sweden. The deceased was one out of 3 Quran burners who went on tour across different states in Norway and Sweden to spread their hate crime.
This is a link from Facebook from the Quran burner's closest friend that confirmed that he is dead, that he died yesterday, and what I wrote from the comment below from his closest friends that know him very good, that he take his own life yesterday. It was a suicide, and this guy, he was one of 3 active Quran burners here in Norway.
Paludan, on the other hand, has been exposed for sexual conduct over the streaming platform Discord, which involves him discussing harmful messages with underage boys, despite being fully aware of his audience age.
Er du fra Mellemøsten? Nå for satan. Jamen, jeg kan ikke se, hvem der taler, forstår du, fordi jeg står ude i køkkenet. Nøgen. Problemet er jo, når jeg går ud i køkkenet, og stolene står sådan lidt hulter til bulter, så kommer jeg jo til at støde ind i dem med mit enorme lem.
Paludan has been charged with various criminal offenses in the past, such as racism, defamation, and violating traffic laws. His online misconduct toward minors, however, does not implicate him under the Danish law. Paludan has pledged to continue his tour of burning the Muslim holy book every Friday, but Norway has since cancelled its permission to burn the Quran after Mevlut Cavusoglu warned the country against it. The incident, he said, has caused the acceleration of hate crimes, Islamophobia, racism, xenophobia, intolerance, and discrimination.
And finally, the government has established a special committee to coordinate fundraising efforts to print and distribute 1 million Quran worldwide. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Datuk Dr. Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, said the committee was headed by the Islamic Development Department of Malaysia, JAKIM.
Setakat yang saya boleh maklumkan, kita baru bentuk jawatan kuasa dan jawatan kuasa inilah yang akan diketuai oleh JAKIM, akan melihat usaha-usaha ke arah mencari dana, kemudian pusat percetakan dan juga untuk mengagihkan Al-Quran tadi tu.
He said this when met after the launch of the Malaysian Islamic Economic Development Foundation, or YAPIM, local community development plan at the Kampung Baru Jamek Mosque here today. Last January 8, Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim expressed his wish for Malaysia to print and distribute 1 million copies of the Quran worldwide in response to the burning of the holy book in Sweden.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates, both locally and internationally. Just a click away by heading on to our website at www.tvstv.my or by following us on our social media platforms. That's all the time we have for tonight's TVS Nightline. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Muhammad Yusuf. Good night.